Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. There's a lot of noise outside today. Today, I'm going to try something a little bit different. There's a lot of buggy out today, real buggy. You guys saw me have, not too long ago, maybe a few weeks back, I did a tasting of the Lagavulin Offerman edition that was finished in the Guinness casks, right? So, and what I said at the time was that I was going to think about trying to do some Boilermakers with it, with Guinness, since there's Guinness already in it. I also have a bottle of Roe & Co, which is absolutely delicious on its own, but their distillery is right across the street from the brewery that makes Guinness, so they do a lot of collaborations back and forth. So what I thought was it'd probably be a good idea to have Boilermaker with them as well. So now I'm going to do a Boilermaker comparison between the two whiskeys. Now, what is a Boilermaker, you might wonder? A Boilermaker is a shot of whiskey followed up by a beer. Not a whole beer, at least not in my case. I can't down a whole beer after a shot of whiskey. But we'll do a little bit of tasting and see how that goes. Now, the Lagavulin, of course, is a Scotch. The Roe & Co is a blended Irish whiskey. So two entirely different kinds of tastes, but they're both connected to Guinness in some way. So I thought it'd be a pretty fun comparison. So I got my Guinness here. So a bit breezy out today too. Got my Guinness. Got some water for palate cleansing in between tastes. Now I've had the Lagavulin and the Guinness. I've done a Boilermaker taste before, I just didn't film it. So we're going to pour some into my tin cup. I liked it before. It hits you pretty hard though, so not for the faint of heart. So we've got my Guinness, I got my Lagavulin, Boilermaker. And it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, I'll tell you. Because the Lagavulin is no slouch as far as scotches go. It's pretty heavy stuff. It's aged 11 years. It's very peaty. Lagavulin, as some people know already, is a very heavily peated scotch. It's an Islay single malt. Anything from the islands there is tends to be very, very peaty because they have a lot of peat moss there, and that's how they tend to roast the barley and whatever other grains that they use. So, pour a little water in my cup there. But pretty good. It's a heavy shot. So, if you're gonna do Boilermakers with the Lagavulin and Guinness, be prepared for what you're getting into. You get a lot of that Guinness taste. It very much accentuates the fact that there were Guinness casks involved in this particular edition of Lagavulin. So you're getting a double dose of that. And it kind of sits and kind of stings the back of the throat a little bit. I'm going to clear out the palate a little bit more. Let's get to the Roe & Co now. The Roe & Co. Oh, the last time I got this stuff, it was so good. It was so smooth. It had a definite vanilla caramel. Oh, it's difficult to describe it. It tastes like you're having a dessert, but it's not flavored. And people might think, oh, well, maybe they added some sugar and stuff, and it's not. It doesn't really have like an added sugar kind of thing. It's just, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. And previously, it was not available in my area here in Canton, Ohio, but it recently has a whole bunch of stock on the shelves of my local grocery store. So I'm definitely going to have some more. And if you're on the hunt for it, check your local grocery store. Now the Lagavulin taste with the Guinness is still sitting in the back of my throat from that Boilermaker. It almost tastes like I've been smoking all day. Like it has like a a cigarette kind of feel to the back because of the smokiness from the peat. Now for the Rowan Co. Definitely a different experience. The Rowan Co., like I said, has a lot more of a sweet taste to it. And mixed with the Guinness, they kind of balance each other out a little bit. So you don't get a lot of each one. I'm getting a lot of chocolatey mouthfeel from the mix of that, mostly from the Guinness influence, but the Rowan Co. is definitely excellent on its own. Out of the two, you get the more immediate impact from the Lagavulin for a Boilermaker if you're into that kind of thing. If you're not into a drink quite that harsh, then you might not be a big fan. But for me, the occasional Boilermaker is pretty tasty, and it goes. You got to be careful though, because it'll go straight to your head, and you'll start getting that buzz pretty quick. I know the last time when I initially did the Lagavulin Boilermakers that I didn't film, it went straight up. So I was having a good night after that. Pardon me. And between the two, I think I like the Lagavulin mixed with the Guinness better than I like the Rowan Co. mixed with the Guinness. But at the same time, that was a quick shot versus sipping a little bit, getting the palate going, and then having a little bit of the beer as an afterthought. So there's different ways you can do this. The Boilermaker is quick to the point, but you can mix these spirits with your Guinness a little bit more slowly, and I think maybe a lot more people may enjoy that a little bit. So it just depends. Anybody who knows me knows I'm already a huge Guinness fan. I'm kind of a beer snob. I intend to probably do some other beers on this, well, once we get the show going, actually. So that's some big news. We're going to be doing interviews, and we're going to be doing actual taped reviews and that kind of thing. Rob has some different things that he's already got videotaped that I'm going to set to editing and start putting up on the YouTube channel, and then we're going to start doing the interviews from there. So it's going to be pretty exciting for the next several months. So if you guys are into your spirits and into that kind of thing, you definitely want to stay tuned. So my verdict today, I think, if you're going to try the Boilermaker, which again is not for the faint of heart, I would pick the Lagavulin over the Rowan Co. Now, for a casual day sipper, other than the Boilermaker, where you're not going to be having the Guinness involved, the Rowan Co. is definitely an excellent choice. I love this stuff. I had just cracked it open just for this video here. Then I'm probably going to go inside and probably have a little bit more with my dinner. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. It tastes like a dessert spirit, but it isn't. Again, it doesn't have added flavors, it doesn't have added sugar, but it tastes like it should, because it's got such a caramelly, chocolatey, it's indescribably good. It's delicious, and you guys have to taste it to believe it. Okay, it's probably one of my favorite whiskeys, one of my favorite non-peated whiskeys of all time. It is my favorite Irish whiskey, I'll tell you that. I like some Jameson, I like the Proper 12, I like the Sexton, I liked the Connemara. That was a peated Irish whiskey, which you don't find very much. You don't find very many peated Irish malts. But the Rowan Co. takes the cake. The Rowan Co. is my favorite Irish whiskey probably to date. Yeah. So, that's all I got for you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Keep an eye out for all the exciting things that I have going on. I'd like to say more, but I don't have more. So, until next time, cheers.